Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. As y'all see trolleys and shit going by, seem like I live on the road now. But this video is, I had already touched on activity before, and it was a bad video. Actually, the audio was terrible once it downloaded. But, you know, just to touch on, like, some of us in this community, we have this bad thing where we think that if we have a dog that's more terrier or more athletic, that these dogs are, you know, it's the worst thing ever because they got to be bullied. Well, excuse me, if you had any dog that you would want to talk about was a tool, the dogs that actually have great conformation, great health, but might not be great drive, but might not be as bully, those are the greatest tools ever, because you're infusing a level of health and a level of the characteristics across the board that you would want inside the dog. You know, for me, for years, it's always been a lot easier to add size to a dog than it is to fix, you know, structural flaws and stuff. I don't even try to fix those structural flaws anymore. Too many of us have gotten into this idea of thinking that we can take a screwed up dog and take it to a dog that's cleaner, and that's going to help out. No, what you want to do is you want to find, you want to pretty much keep those dogs around that have that health and that have that drive and that have that ability to run for, however long. And you can tell that these dogs have a lot of something else in them besides, besides the BS of, overweight, beat down dogs, and that something would probably be what they were supposed to have in them, which is pit bull and the staffy. Now, as you get a dog like that, you do want to see certain features, as this dog might have the wider chest or might have the wider rear end, but you want to, you want those dogs to have very explosive motion and the characteristics that the other, the original breeds that they were supposed to come from. They have a lot of those characteristics. These are very, very good building tools. As a dog like Mandela, for instance, Mandela, although he moves well, although he has good conformation, I would like to have him tighter, more explosive, And what I mean by explosive, I know he's not a race dog, but I do, he's not, this is talking like in sports when they say a dog is twitchy. Mandela is very plodding. He can run, but it isn't the same thing as when I see some of the other dogs and they just jump out and they have this speed and this motion, and that's very, very athletic. Mandela runs, but it's like a barrel. When he runs, he's not changing directions. He's just and run through a wall. If that's what you want him to do, he can pick up speed, but he's not good at changing directions. I guess that's the best way to say it. And y'all probably like, well, what does this have to do with a bully? A bully is still supposed to be, remember we talked about linebackers and we talked about bodybuilders with, the bodybuilders of the bully breeds. These dogs are still supposed to have an amount of explosiveness. These dogs are supposed to have an amount of, drive and athleticism also. So even though he's a 100-pound pocket, I would like to create a 100-pound, probably 110-pound pocket that has, athleticism to him, more athleticism than what his dad has. As we see a lot of these dogs who are far less athletic and probably far less healthy than Mandela that carries that type of size, you do want to infuse back in that, that athleticism and that drive. That's health. That's longevity for the dog. I've noticed that over the years, the dogs who have been very, very healthy, very, very, when you put them out in the yards, you notice they run around a lot more, they move a lot more. Those dogs tend to live longer. They tend to live longer and they tend to be better dogs. So the best thing that we can do is to continue to put some of that into our dogs. Let's not worry about the dogs getting overweight and this and that and the other. It would be reversed. We worried about the dogs getting skinny. I'm not telling you to go and put a straight terrier into your dog, but it's a good thing that when you have a dog that's a little, and when I say a little leaner, say for instance you have a, a standard dog. and you wanted your standard to be 100 115 pounds, somewhere in there, big bully. Well, if you've got a standard that's coming in at 90 pounds but chiseled and has all those qualities I was talking about, this dog will not hurt your breeding program by putting them to those bigger dogs. Eventually the weight will climb, the genetics for size will climb, but it will carry some of that athleticism with it. And you know, this is something very, very important, because as we get to a point now, you notice that these dogs don't move very well, you know, and a lot of the movement is a correlation to like the cardiovascular system and some of the things that will cause them issues in the past. The American Bully is not supposed to be like an English Bulldog that lays down and, you know, that's not what the dog is supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to get it out, get good walks in, you know, a good run in. You're supposed to, you know, do the flirt pole with it, you know, spring pole. I play fetch with my dogs, all of these things where the dogs can get out, run, and, you know, have no problem. Like literally, you know, when I get the ball out there, I'll throw the ball, they shooting to go get it, they grab it, bring it back, shoot it to go get it back, just like any other dog. This is something that we have to push in our bullies. I understand everybody with the looks. The looks is a big thing, but if you see my dogs, they don't suffer on the look side. They're very bully. They still have all the muscle, great chest, great rear, and all of that, but they have to be able to run. They have to be able to show me that they have something in the tank, because like I say, it's not just for the performance factor, but it's for a health factor. I know if this dog can get out there and run around and do his thing, no problem, moving flawlessly, you know, play with me for you know, 15 minutes to an hour, whatever, and we doing our thing, I know that I have a healthy animal, and that this animal has a good chance of living a way better life than a dog who can't even play with me for 2 or 3 minutes without spazzing out, falling out. Look, you know, y'all seen a lot of times where the tongue and the gums turn purple, you know. It's an ugly thing. So we have to do better, you know. We really, really have to do better with putting some athleticism into these dogs. And I will redo that video where I was specific about the different things that we can do with the dogs as far as them being athletic. And you know, this is just something to keep in mind as we go forward, as the TBKC opens. A lot of y'all been hitting me up because y'all saw the thing come up on the site. Yes, we are getting close. Finally, I'm not a computer tech, so that's been some of the hold up. But, you know, these are things to keep in mind as we build a dog. Let's not just be about looks, but let's be about the engine and what's going on with that. All right, man, till next time. Much love. Peace.